Welcome back to the final segment of Investing with Confidence. I am your host, Joshua David. And if you're just tuning in, Al was shedding some light on why most Minnesotans, why their retirement accounts are underperforming, but also some of the things that we can do with our retirement accounts, our 401ks, our IRAs, how to self-direct them, eliminate those fees or at least minimize them, and hopefully make better investing decisions within them. If you happen to miss 2 tickets for the investing class, call 952-814-4410 or text the word INVEST to the number 484848. Click the link when you get a text right back, register for the class, and we'll give away a bonus here. Anybody that registers with this link is going to get a free crypto course. So, Al, as you ended that last segment, you want to continue this discussion about retirement and investing, but it's all about family. We have parents that want to help out their kids. We have kids that want to help out their parents, but who is really responsible for that, right? And I mean, we all know, where do we get that information from? Sometimes our parents don't know, but they try to teach us what they thought, and it sometimes isn't the right thing. So talk about that a little bit more. What do you mean by that? Just, who is responsible for, helping your kids out or even your parents out in their investing careers?
Well, think about it. I mean, who's responsible for teaching your kids how to walk, teaching them how to speak, all of those things? That's the parents. Who's responsible for teaching your kids about the financial world? Is it the school? I mean, you rely on the schools to teach them how to read, how to do math, a lot of new things now that weren't around when we were in school, Josh.
Yeah.
But
that was a couple years ago.
For the most part, financial education is not included in schools. And when you think about it, that's one of the most important things that's going to impact your life is how to deal with the financial part of it. And that's lacking in the public education right now. So the responsibility pretty much falls on the parents. That's your responsibility. And with the way things are right now, we have a lot of debt in this world that at some point is going to have to be paid off. There's more debt coming down the road. It's going to be harder for your kids to make it financially than it was for you. In fact, we're seeing now a generation growing up that will probably be less wealthy than their parents, and that has not happened before. So it really is your responsibility. If you want them to have the opportunity to be successful financially, you're going to have to take control. Well, what are you going to teach them? How much do you know? Where did you learn it? Maybe it starts with you. Maybe you need to increase your financial education, or maybe you do something together. One of the things you can do is you can go to Barnes & Noble and you can buy a whole bunch of books on the financial world and expect your kids to read them. Good luck with that.
Yeah, just to clarify that too, a lot of people think knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Knowledge is not power in the investing world.
No.
Knowledge gets you to talk about it.
Right.
Investing is a skill that you got to build, right?
Yeah,
so knowledge won't do anything for you in the financial markets.
No, it's the application of knowledge that's important, and it's knowing not only what you have to have the knowledge, but you have to know when to use it, why you're going to use it, and why you don't use certain things. That's all part of a proper education, a financial education. The Online Trading Academy has been around for 24 years. This is our 24th year teaching people.
25th year, actually.
25th year. Okay, well, happy birthday.
You missed one. We're on our 25th year.
I'm a little slow on those things, but 25 years, 24 years, 25 years, both pretty long, teaching people globally how to interact in these markets. And the education is available. In fact, what we're seeing, Josh, in our classes is a lot more people coming in with their kids. And some of these kids are still in high school, and that's great. I mean, the learning capability that you have when you're in your late teens and in early 20s is phenomenal. That's a great time to try to learn something new. But the important thing is that the earlier you learn, the longer the benefits of this can compound for you. And the earlier a person, a child starts to put money aside for investing and knows how to do it properly, the more they'll end up with, and the less that they have to put away. Like if you start at the age of 20, and let's say you want to be a millionaire by the time you're 67, 65, 67 years old, if you get 6% a year, you can put $319 a month away and you'll achieve that goal. If you wait until you're 50, now you got to have $2,830 each month to achieve that goal. So the earlier you start the less money you need to have. By the time you start to, put money aside, pretty much you forget about it. Once you get used to functioning without $200 or $300 a month, you forget about it. But that is growing for you if you understand how to do it properly. The longer you wait, the more you're going to have to increase that rate of return to be able to participate with less money. So, and we can help you with that too. The rate of return that you get is going to be dependent upon how you're investing, what you're investing in. Those are all things that should be part of a plan that we put together for you. But I think the advice that we used to get was go to school, get good grades, get a good job, put some money in the bank, and you're going to be great. You're going to be fine. Well, people aren't fine.
Yeah, it teaches you how to be a worker bee. And we're seeing more people, they don't want to be just a worker bee. They want to be able to make investments, invest in their future. But you have to start. You have to start now, and you need to take control of that. And it takes action. I mean, as Al was talking about, the earlier you start, it's all about compounding as well. Think about if say you're in your 40s right now, you have probably 50, 60 years to be able to utilize that.
Sure.
Say you're 50 or 60, you still have a lot of time to be able to hopefully make better investing decisions, but then live the life that you choose to live, and that's what it's all about. So callers 1 through 10, I want to invite you to an investing class to learn more about how to take responsibility in your investing, how to take responsibility in your IRAs, 401ks, to make better investing decisions in there. Call 952-814-4410 or text the word invest for this free class to the number 484848. You'll receive a link back for this class. Click the link and pick a date for the class. Al teaches these on Saturdays. He teaches these on Wednesdays. They're only 2 hours. The great thing about it is they're free. Yeah. So, Al, we talk a lot about the stock market. We got into briefly here today these other assets, the futures market, the Forex market, the options market, and they're all brand new to some of our listeners. And you mentioned, you kind of kicked the show off earlier. We've had so many people listen to Investing with Confidence for sometimes years. I was actually talking to the people that in the investing class on Wednesday. Some of them said, hey, I've been listening for a year, and I finally got around to coming in. 2 hours of your time, right? And you help people, I guess, you really inspire them in these investing classes. How do you help, I guess, inspire people just to start to take action? And then where do you start to do that? Where can you get started in the financial markets?
Well, I think, first of all, it's kind of pulling back the curtain on how the markets function, showing them what the opportunities are, and really covering and dispelling some of the fallacies that are out there, some of the ways people have been conditioned. And understand, Wall Street is a hugely lucrative business. What they do is they're making a ton of money off of other people. They're making money off of your money. And one of the things that I think is important to understand is that the things that they're doing, you have access to be able to do also. They don't want you to be able to do that. They don't want you to know how to do that. So you can't really expect to get the education from them. That's what we do. We provide the education that is right for you. There are so many different ways that you can go in the market, different kind of education paths and financial paths you can follow. It's important to understand which one is right for you. It's not a cookie cutter thing. It's not a one size fits all, which is pretty much what Wall Street is doing. It's a great business model for them because they will tell you, you just need to get in the market. It's time in the market that's important. Don't worry about corrections. Don't worry about pullbacks or crashes because the market always comes back. Every time that happens, basically what it's doing is it's taking years away from you and years away from what your portfolio could do for you.
Yeah, and the markets, as Al was talking about, it's really just an exchange of money. It's an exchange of money from the people that don't know what they're doing to the people that do. And some of the things that I think a lot of our listeners probably say to themselves is say, I don't know how the stock market works, right? Mm-hmm. Well, anything you've ever done, did you know how to do it before you tried? A good example, I have a buddy that's a mechanic, and I always go to him because I don't know how to do certain things with the vehicle. But he showed me how to do a few things and taught me those different techniques and skills. Now I'm able to do that myself. Did I know how to do it before that? No. And that's the same thing in the financial markets. Is it just take a little bit of action, learn something you don't know, and then be able to make better investing decisions. So, Al, it's getting close to the end of the show, and we have a lot of listeners that are brand new to the markets that want to get started. A lot of people, even in the class here this week, have done a lot of trading and investing, and they just want to maybe sharpen their skills. So call 952-814-4410 for 2 tickets for this free investing class. In this class, Al talks about some of the common mistakes novice investors make, how to minimize them, but also how to manage risk and navigate these volatile markets. Text the word INVEST to the number 484848. I'll tell you right now, you're going to receive a link back. Click the link, pick a date for the free investing class, Wednesdays or Saturdays, and you're going to get a bonus here when you do that. When you do that online, you're going to get a free cryptocurrency course. Al, you always have some great tips during the whole show, and I want to hear today's OTA tip of the week.
Yeah, well, you mentioned that a lot of people that come in have listened to us for a long time, sometimes years. They almost always say, gosh, I wish I had done this before. But a lot of people out there are going to say, I just don't have enough time right now. So remember, the odds of your being successful in creating a secure, goal-oriented retirement or financial future decreases each day you wait. If you don't think you have enough time now, wait until you're 65 or 70 and see how much you wish you had taken the time when you had so much of it left.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was talking to a good friend. He was talking about, I wasn't sure I was able to do this or I had the time. He got started. He's like, you know what? I found time, and I actually have more time than I actually thought because you dedicate your time to something that means something to you. One last set of tickets, 952-814-4410 for the investing class, or text the word INVEST to the number 484848. As always, same time, same place next week. Until then, retire young, my friends.